All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're digging into a question that's at the heart of pretty much all the new tech we see. Just how does an artificial intelligence actually learn?
I mean, it really can't feel like magic, right? You ask something like ChatGPT a question, and boom, this incredibly detailed, coherent answer just appears. But it's not magic, it's a process, and it's a fascinating one. So how does it really work?
Okay, so here's the most important thing to get right from the very beginning. An AI doesn't think or understand the way a person does, not even close. Its learning is all about one thing, recognizing patterns. The more data it sees, the better it gets at spotting those patterns and then making predictions based on them.
To really let this idea sink in, let's use a simple and honestly pretty powerful metaphor. Think about teaching a child.
Think about how a kid learns that A is for apple. It's through repetition, right? Over and over again. Well, an AI does the exact same thing, just on a totally massive scale. To teach it what a cat is, you don't just show it one picture, no way. You show it millions. It's not actually understanding the concept of catness, it's just learning the patterns, pointy ears, whiskers, a certain shape that show up again and again and again.
So, if AI learns from seeing tons of examples, how do we actually give it that education? This whole process has a name, and we call it training. The AI's textbook is, well, just data. And that can be almost anything. We're talking billions of words from books, from websites, from social media. Millions of images of literally everything you can imagine. It crunches endless spreadsheets of numbers, and it can even listen to audio. All this stuff is the raw material for its entire education.
And the learning process itself, you can break it down into a really simple three-step flow. First, you feed the machine a mind-boggling amount of data. Then the algorithm just churns through all of it, finding connections and patterns. And finally, you get a smart result out the other side, a sentence, a picture, whatever it is.
So that whole process we just talked about, that's what we call training. Whenever you hear that an AI has been trained, it just means it's been shown millions of examples to learn from. And the whole goal is for it to get so good at spotting patterns that it can make its own decisions when it sees new stuff it's never encountered before.
And it really is a pretty simple equation. When the training data is huge, diverse, and high quality, you end up with a really capable, smart AI that can do its job incredibly well.
But, and this is a huge but, the exact opposite is also true. If you train an AI on data that's incomplete, or biased, or just plain wrong, you're going to get a confused AI. An AI that makes weird mistakes or gives you unfair answers. It's only as good as what it's been taught.
And that brings us to a really important distinction. For all of its power, we have to remember what an AI is, and maybe more importantly, what it isn't.
So let's just ask the question straight up. With all this training and all this data, can an AI still get it wrong? Oh, absolutely, yes. And this is so important to understand. An AI doesn't have common sense. It doesn't have a moral compass. Its knowledge is completely trapped inside the data it was trained on. So if that data has human biases or factual errors or big gaps in information, the AI is going to inherit all of those flaws and just repeat them back in its answers.
And this really gets to the core difference between us and an AI. We humans, we operate with context, with feelings, with a real genuine understanding of concepts. An AI, though, it's more like a hyper-advanced calculator. It isn't actually understanding your question, it's just doing a massive calculation to find the most statistically probable pattern of words to give you as an answer.
So it really all boils down to this one key idea. AI is smart, for sure, but it still needs your guidance. It needs clear prompts. It's an unbelievably powerful tool, but at the end of the day, it's still just that, a tool that works best when we know how to use it. And that leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We have built this incredible student, one that can learn from pretty much the sum of all human knowledge. So the real question now is, what kind of teachers are we going to be? Because in the end, what the AI becomes is just a reflection of us.